Be me, 24, dating Amber for 3 months. Met her at gym where she was always starting drama with other women. Should have been red flag, but she was solid 8 with personality that seemed fun. First few weeks were great until she started with weird tests. Real men don't let other guys disrespect their woman. You need to show me you'd fight for us. My ex would have knocked someone out by now, constantly comparing me to her toxic ex who apparently was peak masculinity. Derek was so protective, made other guys scared to even look at me. Why don't you ever get jealous when guys check me out? Maybe you don't actually care about me. Try explaining that secure men don't need to fight everyone. That sounds like something weak guy would say. First real test comes at her friend's birthday party. She's wearing dress that leaves nothing to imagination. You're really wearing that. What's wrong with it? Nothing if you want every guy staring. Maybe I do want them staring. Real man would make sure I felt beautiful enough to dress however I want. Twisted logic, but whatever. Get to party, and she immediately starts talking to some meathead named Tyler, touching his arm when she laughs, playing with her hair while making eye contact, obvious flirting while I'm standing right there. Amber, what are you doing? Just being friendly. Tyler was telling me about his workout routine. Maybe you could learn something about building muscle. Direct insult while flirting with another guy. Tyler smirking like he's won some prize. Walk away instead of causing scene. Amber follows me outside. Why did you just leave? Because you were embarrassing yourself. I was testing you. Testing me how? To see if you'd fight for me. Real men don't let other guys flirt with their girl. Real women don't flirt with other guys to test their boyfriend. You failed the test. Derek would have punched Tyler. Then go date Derek again. She gets mad that I won't play her games. You're supposed to get jealous. Jealousy means you care. Walking away means you don't give a damn. Walking away means I respect myself. Drive home separately and don't talk for 2 days. She texts asking if I'm going to apologize. Apologize for what? For not fighting for us. For letting another man disrespect me. Tyler wasn't disrespecting you. You were disrespecting me by flirting with him in front of me. That was a test of your masculinity, and you failed. Tell her testing partners is toxic behavior. She doubles down on the crazy. A few weeks later, we're at restaurant. Waiter is friendly college kid taking our order. Amber starts batting her eyelashes and asking personal questions. Are you single? What's your major? You're so sweet. I love guys who are ambitious. Kid is uncomfortable, but being polite. She's doing it again right in front of me. Finish my food without reacting. You're not going to say anything. About what? About me flirting with the waiter. You want me to make scene in restaurant. I want you to act like a man. Men don't make scenes, boys do. Derek would have said something. Derek sounds like he had anger issues. Pay bill and leave. She's furious that I won't take bait. Normal boyfriends get jealous when other guys hit on me. Normal girlfriends don't hit on other guys. I wasn't hitting on him. Then what would you call it? Being friendly. Would you act that friendly if I wasn't there? That's not the point. That's exactly the point. Escalates when we go to her coworker's house party. She immediately zeroes in on some guy named Chad, classic name for obvious reasons. Starts telling him how strong he looks, asking to feel his muscles. Wow, you must work out a lot. I bet you could pick me up easily. Guy is eating up the attention. Other people at party notice what she's doing. Some look uncomfortable, others seem entertained. Amber keeps glancing at me to see my reaction. Disappointed when I just talk to other people normally. She escalates by sitting on Chad's lap. He's showing me photos from his vacation. Still no reaction from me. Finally comes over, clearly frustrated. Seriously, you're not going to do anything. Do what, Amber? Chad was totally hitting on me. Because you were hitting on Chad. Real men would have stepped in. Real women wouldn't put their boyfriend in that position. You're pathetic. Derek would have fought him. Then call Derek and leave me out of it. She storms off to bathroom. Her friend Sarah comes over. Dude, she's testing you. I know she's testing me. Aren't you going to pass the test? By getting in fight with random guy. By showing you care enough to fight for her. Fighting proves nothing except poor impulse control. She wants to feel desired and protected. She feels desired by flirting with other guys. And I'm not going to validate toxic behavior. Sarah looks at me like I'm speaking foreign language. You don't understand women. I understand manipulative behavior. Amber returns from bathroom, decides to escalate to final level, starts making out with Chad at the party. Everyone stops talking and stares. Awkward silence fills room. She's looking right at me while kissing him, waiting for explosion that isn't coming. Grab my jacket and head for door. Where are you going? Home. That's it. What did you expect? I expected you to fight for me. I expected you to stop him. I expected you to act like a man. Acting like a man means having standards and not tolerating disrespect. So you're just gonna leave? Yeah, I'm gonna leave. Derek never would have walked away. Derek sounds like he deserved whatever happened to him. Leave party and block her number. Next day, she shows up at my apartment. We need to talk. About what? About last night. What about it? I made a mistake. You made several mistakes. It was supposed to be test. Well, congratulations, you passed. Passed what? The test of showing me who you really are. I wanted to see if you cared enough to fight. Fighting random guys isn't caring. It's insecurity and toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity? You sound like feminist blogger. Real men protect what's theirs. Real women don't belong to anyone. And definitely don't test their partners. She tries different approach. Okay, maybe the tests were wrong. But Derek really would get jealous. And it made me feel special. So manipulate Derek, not me. Derek and I broke up because he was controlling. But at least he showed he cared. He showed he was insecure. There's a difference. You don't get jealous at all. Makes me feel like you don't care. I care enough to respect you. And expect the same respect back. Testing me by flirting with other guys isn't respect. She finally admits the real issue. My friends think you're not masculine enough. Because you don't get possessive. Sarah said real men mark their territory by fighting off competition. Your friends sound toxic. And you sound insecure. If you need me to fight random guys to prove I care, then you don't understand what caring means. She leaves angry. A few days later, her friend Sarah texts me. Amber is really upset. She thinks you don't love her because you won't fight for her. Fighting isn't love, Sarah. Fighting is brain damage. She needs to feel protected. She needs to feel the touch of grass. You're being harsh. She was testing your commitment by making out with another guy. That was extreme, but the point stands. The point is she belongs to the streets. You don't understand women. I understand Amber peaked in high school. Block Sarah too. Week later, see Amber at gym with new guy. Looks like typical meathead who peaked even earlier. She sees me and starts being extra affectionate with him, kissing him and hanging on his arm, clearly trying to make me jealous. Still no reaction, because my standards have standards. New guy looks uncomfortable with the circus act. Few months later, here through mutual friends, Amber and Meathead broke up after he punched someone at bar. Apparently she loved the jealousy until he turned psycho on her. Got possessive and controlling exactly like Derek. Now she's crying about toxic masculine men. Same girl who collected red flags like Pokemon cards. Some people never learn from their own stupidity, sitting here thinking about dodge bullet. Relationships shouldn't be IQ tests that everyone fails. Mature people communicate instead of playing mind games. If someone needs you to fight random people to prove love, they watched too many Disney movies as a kid. Masculinity isn't about jealousy and violence. It's about having standards and not dating down. Glad I failed her test, because passing would have meant becoming another Derek. And Derek probably cries himself to sleep every night. Be me, 23, living with parents while saving money for apartment. Not ideal, but rent is expensive and mom makes decent food. Neighbor across street is woman named Helen, probably mid-30s, lives alone with 12 cats and questionable life choices. Never really talked to her beyond polite waves. She seems friendly enough, but gives off crazy cat lady vibes. First red flag should have been when she learned my name, without me ever telling her. Good morning, Marcus. Beautiful day, isn't it? Yeah, how do you know my name? Oh, your mother and I chat sometimes. Weird, but whatever. Moms love gossiping with neighbors. A few weeks later, she starts appearing wherever I go. Grocery store, gas station, coffee shop downtown. What a coincidence seeing you here. Happens way too often to be actual coincidence. But maybe small town life is just like that. Then she starts getting more familiar. Marcus, you look tired. Are you sleeping enough? Been worried about you working so many hours. Your mother mentioned you like Italian food. Mom never mentioned that because it's not true. Start avoiding eye contact when leaving house. Pretend to be on phone calls to avoid conversation. She's not taking hints about boundaries. Situation escalates when mom brings up Helen at dinner. That nice Helen woman was asking about you again. What was she asking? Just how you're doing, if you're dating anyone. Told her you're single and focusing on work. Why would mom share personal information with stranger? Maybe don't discuss my dating life with neighbors. She's just being friendly, Marcus. Besides, she seems lovely. Definitely marriage material. Mom already trying to set me up with crazy cat lady. A few days later, Helen corners me getting mail. Marcus, I was thinking we should grab coffee sometime. Thanks, but I'm pretty busy with work. Oh, come on, just as friends. Your mother said you could use more social interaction. Mom is sharing way too much information. Helen, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not looking to date right now. Who said anything about dating? Just two neighbors getting to know each other. Agree to coffee just to stop the awkwardness. Biggest mistake of my life. Coffee turns into Helen talking for 2 hours straight about her cats, her job at insurance company, her ex-husband. He left me for younger woman, typical male behavior. But you seem different, Marcus. More mature than guys my age. She's already categorizing me as potential replacement husband. Try to end coffee date politely. This was nice, Helen, but I should get home. Of course, don't want to keep you too long. Maybe we can do this again soon. As friends. Walk home thinking that wasn't too bad. Wrong again. Next day, Mom is acting weird at breakfast. So Helen told me you two had a wonderful time yesterday. It was just coffee, Mom. She said you really connected and that you're taking things slow. Taking what slow? Your relationship with Helen. We don't have a relationship. Marcus, there's no need to be secretive. Helen explained everything. What did she explain exactly? She said you're shy about public relationships, but that you've been getting close. Helen has been lying to my mother. Mom, Helen is delusional. We had one awkward coffee. That's not what she told me. She said you've been talking for weeks, and that you asked her to keep it quiet until you were ready to tell family. This woman has created an entire fictional relationship. Mom, she's lying. Why would she lie about something like that? Because she's crazy. Marcus, that's not nice. Helen is a lovely woman who clearly cares about you. Family now believes stranger over their own son. Situation gets worse when dad gets involved. Heard about you and Helen. There is no me and Helen. Son, there's nothing wrong with dating older woman. Helen has her life together. Stable job, owns her house. Definitely better than those college girls. Dad is already approving of imaginary relationship. We're not dating. Then why does she know your work schedule? And your favorite restaurants? And that birthmark on your shoulder? Wait, what? She doesn't know about any birthmark. She mentioned it yesterday. Said she noticed it when you were swimming. I haven't been swimming anywhere. Marcus, stop lying to us. Helen wouldn't make up specific details, but she literally is making up specific details. Start wondering how she knows personal information. Maybe she's been watching me through windows, or stalking my social media, or talking to people who know me. Decide to confront Helen directly. Knock on her door after work. Marcus, what a pleasant surprise. Helen, we need to talk. About what, sweetie? Already using pet names. About you telling my family we're dating. Aren't we, though? No, Helen, we are not dating. We had one coffee as neighbors. That was just the beginning. Beginning of what? Our courtship. You're taking it slow because you're traditional. I respect that about you. She has completely rewritten reality. Helen, I never said we were courting. You don't have to say it. I can tell by how you look at me. How do I look at you? Like you're falling in love. But trying to be respectful. This woman is living in fantasy world. Helen, you're misunderstanding everything. I'm not interested in dating you. We're just neighbors. Marcus, you don't have to pretend anymore. Your mother already knows. She's so excited about us. There is no us. Of course there is. We're perfect for each other. You need someone mature. I need someone who appreciates me. It's meant to be. Leave her house more confused than ever. How do you argue with someone who rewrites facts? Return home to find mom cooking elaborate dinner. What's the occasion? Helen is coming over tonight. What, why? To meet the family properly. As your girlfriend. She's not my girlfriend. Marcus, enough with the denial. Helen told me you're ready to make it official. She's bringing wine and homemade dessert. Helen invited herself to family dinner and convinced my mother it was my idea. Mom, please don't do this. Do what, sweetie? Enable her delusions. Helen seems to really care about you. What's wrong with giving her a chance? Everything is wrong with it. She's living in fantasy land. Doorbell rings before I can explain further. Helen arrives with wine, dessert, and engagement ring. Energy. Mr. and Mrs. Peterson, so lovely to see you again. Again, meaning she's been here before. Helen, welcome to our home. Mom treating her like daughter-in-law already. Helen brought photo albums of her cats. These are my babies. Marcus will love being their stepdaddy. Stepdaddy to cats. We've reached peak insanity. Dinner is uncomfortable as Helen dominates conversation. Marcus and I are thinking about Thanksgiving plans. Maybe hosting both families. Since we're getting serious. Kick me under table when I try to object. That sounds wonderful, Helen. Marcus never brings girls home. You must be special. Helen glowing from validation. He's very picky, but good men are worth waiting for. Exactly what I told him. Mom and Helen bonding over my imaginary pickiness. After dinner, Helen helps clean dishes. Your son is amazing, Mrs. Peterson. Treats me like queen, always opening doors and pulling out chairs. I never opened any doors for her. Modest too. Won't take credit for romantic gestures. What romantic gestures? Helen, maybe we should clarify something. Not now, sweetie. Adults are talking. She just dismissed me in my own house. Parents exchange knowing looks. Young love is so sweet. Helen stays until 11 p.m., kissing my cheek goodbye. See you tomorrow, darling. We have so much to discuss. What are we discussing tomorrow? After she leaves, parents corner me. Marcus, why didn't you tell us about Helen sooner? Because there's nothing to tell. She's obviously smitten. And she's good influence. Stable, mature, responsible. Everything you need. I need her to leave me alone. That's not very nice. She's putting effort into this relationship. What relationship? The one you're sabotaging with commitment issues. Helen has convinced my family I have commitment problems. Next day she shows up at my work. Thought I'd surprise you for lunch. Coworkers staring as crazy cat lady enters office. Helen, what are you doing here? Supporting my boyfriend, obviously. Brought homemade sandwiches. She made lunch like we're married. Helen, please stop calling me your boyfriend. What should I call you then? Neighbor. Oh, Marcus, you're so funny, Bo. Always joking around. Coworkers think we're actually dating. Boss comes over. Marcus, you didn't mention having girlfriend. She's not my. He's shy about workplace relationships. Helen interrupting again. But we're getting serious. Might even move in together soon. Boss congratulating me on fictional relationship. Helen stays for entire lunch break, telling coworkers stories about our imaginary dates. Marcus took me to that new Italian place. He's so romantic. Always surprising me with little gestures. When did I take her to Italian restaurant? After she leaves coworkers asking questions. Dude, she's really into you. Seems a bit intense though. Older women can be clingy, but at least she cooks. Everyone assumes we're actually together, based on her performance art. Situation reaches breaking point at grocery store, running errands when Helen appears. Marcus, sweetie, what perfect timing. We can shop together like real couple. He starts putting items in my cart, cat food, wine, scented candles. Helen, those aren't my groceries. They're ours now. We're practically living together. We are not living together. Not yet, but soon. Your mother thinks it's a good idea. You talked to my mother about us living together. She's so excited about grandchildren. Grandchildren. Helen, we've never even kissed. We're taking it slow, remember? But your biological clock is ticking. She's planning our entire future. Helen, this has gone too far. We are not dating. We are not moving in together. We are not having children. Stop telling people we're in relationship. She starts crying in the produce section. Why are you being so mean? I thought you cared about me. Your mother said you did. Other shoppers staring at scene look like abusive boyfriend making girlfriend cry. Helen, please stop crying. Then stop rejecting me. We belong together. Everyone can see it. Your family loves me. Your coworkers approve. The universe is telling us something. Universe is telling me to run, pay for groceries, and leave her crying. Drive home to find family, intervention waiting. Marcus, we need to talk. About what? About how you're treating Helen. She called crying. Said you embarrassed her at store. She embarrassed herself by pretending we're dating. Marcus, she's not pretending. She genuinely cares about you. And you're being cruel. I'm being honest. Sometimes honesty is cruelty. Helen doesn't deserve that. Family has chosen sides, and they didn't choose me. She's a good woman, stable income, no drama, perfect wife material. Then you marry her. Don't be ridiculous. She wants you. And frankly, you could do worse. Much worse. Thanks for the confidence boost, Dad. Decide to take nuclear option. Text Helen asking to meet. We need to have serious conversation. Meet at park where fewer people can witness breakdown. Helen, I'm moving out of town for work opportunity. We won't be able to continue our friendship. You're running away from us. There is no us to run from. Yes, there is. We have connection. Your family sees it. My coworkers see it. Everyone sees it except you. Maybe you're the one who's delusional. She turned my reality check back on me. Helen, I've never led you on. Every interaction has been against my will, against your will. You asked me for coffee. I asked you to coffee. You enjoyed our grocery shopping trip. You cried at grocery store because you were being mean. Circular logic that can't be broken. Helen, what do you want from me? I want you to stop fighting this. Stop pretending you don't feel it. Stop breaking my heart. Your mother thinks we should get engaged. Engaged to someone I barely know. My mother doesn't speak for me. She knows you better than you know yourself. She said you're scared of commitment, but that I'm worth the risk. Mom has been coaching Helen. What exactly did my mother tell you? That you've always been shy with girls, but when you find the right one, you'll know. And she thinks I'm the right one, because I understand you. Mom has been feeding her information about my dating history and personality, creating blueprint for manipulation. Realize this is bigger than Helen's delusions. Mom is actively trying to set us up, regardless of my feelings. Helen, my mother is wrong. Mothers are never wrong about love. Mine was wrong about everything else. Your mother wants you to be happy. She sees how good we are together. We've never been together. We've been together this whole time. In all the ways that matter. Leave park feeling defeated. Helen has created alternate reality where we're destined soulmates and recruited my family as allies. Return home to find surprise waiting. Helen's car and driveway. She's inside having tea with Mom. Marcus, perfect timing. Helen and I were just discussing Thanksgiving. She's going to cook turkey. Since she'll practically be family, Helen beaming like bride at wedding. I can't wait to host everyone. In our new place. Our new place. What new place? The apartment we're looking at. Your mother gave me your budget, and I found perfect spot. 2-bedroom, pet-friendly, close to both our jobs. She's apartment hunting for us, using financial information from Mom. Mom, why did you give her my budget? Because she's your girlfriend, and girlfriends help with major decisions. She's not my girlfriend. Marcus, stop being difficult. Helen is trying to build life with you. The least you can do is appreciate effort. Mom is completely bought into fantasy. Helen staying for dinner again, this time bringing wedding magazines, just browsing, seeing what styles you like. I'm not getting married. Not yet, but soon. Spring weddings are beautiful. Gives us time to plan properly. She's setting wedding timeline, without proposal or relationship. During dinner, she keeps touching my arm. Marcus thinks outdoor ceremonies are romantic. I never said that. You mentioned loving nature. Same thing, sweetie. Rewriting every casual comment as romantic preference. After dinner, parents excuse themselves, leaving me alone with Helen. Marcus, I know you're scared. Change is always frightening. But we're meant to be together. Helen, please stop. Stop what? Stop planning our fake future. It's not fake if we both want it. I don't want it. Yes, you do. You're just afraid of being hurt again. But I would never hurt you. You're hurting me right now. By not listening when I say no. You don't mean no. You mean not yet. Even my rejection gets reinterpreted. Helen, what would it take? For you to understand I'm not interested. Nothing could make me understand that. Because it's not true. Your heart knows what it wants. Even if your brain is confused. She's beyond reason or logic. Completely committed to delusion. A few days later, Helen shows up with lease agreement. I put deposit down on apartment. Move-in date is next month. You did what? Secured our future. Helen, I never agreed to live with you. You didn't disagree either. Silence is consent. Legally and morally wrong. Get your deposit back. We're not moving in together. It's too late. Lease is signed. Both our names. You signed my name. That's fraud. It's love. Sitting here realizing Helen has committed actual crimes, forged my signature on legal documents, based on imaginary relationship. Family still thinks I'm being difficult. Helen is really trying Marcus. Maybe give her a chance. What's worse that could happen? Apparently identity theft and lease fraud. But sure, Mom, let's see what happens next. Helen has created alternate universe where we're engaged and somehow convinced everyone it's real, except me, the supposed other half of relationship.